This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
This is so exciting. When you think of the Beach Boys, close your eyes. What are the feelings? What are the thoughts that come to you?
Warmth, sunshine on my face, sand underneath my toes, wind blowing through my salad. Yeah, just all good things.
Good vibrations, perhaps?
Very good vibrations. The first visual that comes to mind, and this is probably specifically because of my age, is the Saved by the Bell episode where Zach, Slater, and Screech were having a sleepover, and they were in their swim shorts and tank tops singing Barbara Ann.
Yes.
Ba, ba, ba. That's the first visual.
The visual is always attached to surfing somehow, though, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Surfing USA, surfing in California. Yeah, all the good, like all good things.
It's so true. And we are so very excited to be talking to Mike Love of the Beach Boys this morning.
Mike, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for getting up. Is this early, or are you normally up at this time?
Oh, I get up fairly early. You know, I do my meditation.
Oh,
that's
I learned from Maharishi in December of '67. I do that every morning.
Impressive.
I love that.
Yeah.
So are you already in Toronto, or are you already in the city?
Yes.
Oh, excellent. So, Mike, I'm not sure how much your team told you. This is the Pooja and Gurdeep show. It's on 98.1 CHFI. It's currently the number one morning show in the market. So we're going to air this interview, I think either Wednesday or Thursday, leading up to the show, of course. You're playing Thursday in Mississauga, I believe.
That's right.
Okay.
Paramount Food Center, right?
Yes, Paramount Fine Food Center.
Two questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your surname?
Oh, my surname is Alawalia. Gurdeep Alawalia.
And what about Pooja?
Mine's Honda, like the car. It's pronounced Honda, but it's spelled Handa.
Handa?
Yeah.
Honda?
Yeah.
What kind of name is that?
It's from India.
What state of India?
Oh, it's from, well, I guess my family grew up in Delhi.
Delhi. Okay.
Yeah. Same for me, actually. We're not related or anything. We just both happen to be born and raised in Canada, but both of us have Indian backgrounds, and both of our families are from New Delhi.
And both Hindu.
I'm actually, Pooja's Hindu. I'm actually Sikh.
You are?
I am, yeah.
I was in Rishikesh at Maharishi's place in 1968. In fact, George Harrison and I both had our birthdays in the spring of '68 in India.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's so cool. Is that where did you pick up meditation?
From Maharishi in December of 1967, we did a UNICEF show in Paris, and the curtain opened for our part of the show, and there was Maharishi in the front row with John Lennon on one side and George Harrison on the other side.
How cool.
I said, wow, that's a first for you.
Gosh. That's fantastic. Okay, so
Great.
we're
Okay.
going to get going if you're ready.
Okay, I'm
All right,
ready.
Here we go. They've been doing it since the early 1960s. They've been named one of the greatest bands of all time, and no one says harmonies, surf culture, and good vibes more than the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys are playing the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga Thursday at 7:30 p.m. And joining us now, we are honored to have lead singer and songwriter of the Beach Boys, Mike Love, with us. Mike, welcome to Toronto. Welcome to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show.
Well, thank you, Gurdeep and Pooja. Nice to talk to you this morning.
It's great to talk to you. How are you enjoying the city so far? Have you done anything fun? Checked out any good restaurants?
Actually, I went to a South Indian restaurant and had a nice dosa, which I love those things.
Me too. Oh, you're making my mouth water. So
yeah,
good.
really.
And when it's in
And I
front
had
of you,
a
you always think, I'm never gonna finish this because it looks so big, and then you do.
Yes, exactly. and I did.
That's one of the things.
Yeah, we've been going across Canada. We started in the island of Vancouver in the city of Victoria, and then we took the ferry to Vancouver, and then we went to Kelowna, and then we went to Calgary, and then we went to Edmonton, and then we went to Regina, Saskatoon and Regina, and then Winnipeg, and then we flew here on Sunday. So we had Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off, and tomorrow we have to go to London. And then, of course, Thursday we go to Mississauga.
Yes, Thursday you're going to be performing at the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga at 7:30 p.m. You can still get your tickets. And, you know, you guys have been doing this for more than 6 decades now, which is just incredible. What's the best and the worst thing about touring at this stage?
Well, the worst thing is you miss your family, you miss your home. And I live in a beautiful place in Lake Tahoe. in Incline Village, Nevada, with a beautiful panoramic view of the lake, which is 25 miles long. And it's like Switzerland, only for Americans, it's closer. Anyway, so that's the worst thing. And when I was having children in the 60s and stuff, and I miss a lot of birthdays, and we get so busy with our touring and stuff. So those two things are the worst things about it. But the greatest thing about it is we have a great crew that goes ahead of us and sets everything up. We have a crew bus and a band bus. And we'll come along and do our sound check and make sure that we're hearing what we want to hear in our ears, so we can do the show as well as we possibly can. And we're obsessed with recreating those harmonies as close to the records as humanly possible. And so we've got a great band, and my son Christian sings God Only Knows, which is on the Pet Sounds album. My cousin Carl Wilson sang that so beautifully in that album, and for many years. We lost him 26 years ago to lung cancer. So, but Christian sings that song as if it was made for him, Mm-hmm. He has his own music, but he is a great singer. He blends very well and plays guitar, and so it's really still a family affair. It keeps going and going and going.
I'm glad you mentioned the harmonies there, Mike, with Mike Love, lead singer of the Beach Boys. Look, I think everyone just wants to be happy. And right now, in some ways, it feels like that can be harder than ever at times. And the Beach Boys, maybe more so than any other band in history, have managed to capture and bottle the sound of happy. Is this something you consciously tried to do when songwriting? And what do you think it is about your sound that just makes people so happy?
Well, the harmonies make you feel good. They're pleasant to the ear and the heart. But lyrically, I've always been the lyrical complement to my cousin Brian Wilson's incredible musical abilities. He could sit down on the piano and do these chord progressions, and we'd work on the harmonies together. There was no one better at that. But the subject matter and the positivity is what's happening that makes people feel good. In fact, there was a psychologist in Sheffield, England, about 2 years ago, wanted to find out what songs make people feel the best, and he researched them with 2,500 people. Good Vibrations came in at number 1 for making people feel good. Earth, Wind, and Fire at number 10 with their September song. And we were 1 and 8 with I Get Around. 1 with Good Vibrations, 8 with I Get Around. And there was a Bob Dylan and a Bob Marley and a Pink. There was a lot of music. But the top 10, we were number 1. So that's an amazing thing to make people feel so good. And during those times, there was the Vietnam War bubbling up, and there was student demonstrations, and there's integration issues. But I wanted to focus on the beautiful part of that period of the 60s. So I made this poem out of a girl who's all into peace and love and nature, and it turns out that accentuating the positive led to a really long career of positivity, and people just feel good at our concerts, and we feel good about making them feel good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it still holds. Good Vibrations definitely gives everybody that happy feeling. I can see why it was number 1. For you, what's your happy song?
Well, they're all happy songs. I mean, California Girls, I Get Around, Fun, 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 Help Me Rhonda, Barbara Ann, There's so many great songs. And then there's the ballads. In My Room is a beautiful ballad. There's a ballad called The Warmth of the Sun, which my cousin Brian and I did in November of '63, in the wee hours of the morning, the same date that President Kennedy was taken to the hospital in Dallas, meaning he was just assassinated. At any rate, whether it's a ballad or mid-tempo, like a Don't Worry Baby or a God Only Knows, or it's an up-tempo song, they're all really great, and they all have the harmonies, and they all have the positive feeling. Like the song Kokomo was on the soundtrack album for Cocktails with Tom Cruise, and it was number one. His co-star was from Australia. It was number one for 8 weeks in Australia, which is a long time at number one. So, and people sing along to that. Every night we do Good Vibrations, Kokomo, Barbara Ann, and Fun, Fun, Fun to end up our show. And people are on their feet singing along and having a great time.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
With Mike Love, lead singer and writer of the Beach Boys. I'm not kidding. I put on my Beach Boys playlist in the shower this morning.
Oh,
It ended up being a 25-minute shower, and I was almost late for work. Like I lost track of time because it just made the shower more fun. Try it yourself. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Over 100 million records sold. 80 songs on the worldwide charts. Being named the greatest American rock band of all time. The accolades go on and on. We don't have time to list them all. Mike, is there something you are most proud of when your head hits the pillow at night?
Well, I think the fact that we've been 60 years of positivity and bringing happiness to people, even people who are shut-ins or single parent moms or dads, they would play our music and feel better doing whatever they had to do. And our music is positive and gets people in a good mood and gets them through situations personally or globally that aren't so great. And so it's like I'd call the Beach Boys a sonic oasis. And I play the part primarily in hooks and the lyrics. And I'm getting inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame on June 12th. This year in Manhattan. So I'm going to be joining my cousin Brian and a whole bunch of other great artists. And that's going to be a really nice thing. And on July 4th, we're going to be doing the Capitol Forest on PBS, which will be broadcast live and then streamed on. So a Disney documentary was out last year and still streaming. So there's a lot of great things going on for the Beach Boys in our career.
Yeah, congratulations on all of that success. And you just painted a beautiful picture of what it's going to be like to come to your show on Thursday at the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga, because it's positivity, it's singing along to all of the songs. I wonder from you, when you close your eyes and you think about your favorite show that you've ever played, what comes to mind?
Well, Royal Albert Hall in England is fantastic. It's beautiful. It's iconic. Albert was Queen Victoria's, husband, and she loved him. And they built this beautiful monumental place. And I always say for Catholics, it's the Vatican. For musicians, it's Royal Albert Hall. It's a remarkable place. But there's also a place in Colorado called Red Rocks. We're going to be doing this year outside of Denver. It's in the mountains. It's magnificent, and we're going to do it with the symphony orchestra. So we're going to Europe this July, Poland, Switzerland, Germany, England, and then Spain for a few shows. So we're just able to. Our music has gone all around the world. We've had fan letters from Russia and China, and I met a real estate agent one time from Iran who they said they played our LPs during the summer in their vacation. But in actuality, the people, the music transcends all those boundaries, political, religious, ethnic. And it's a wonderful thing that we've had so many fans from so many countries around the world.
Yeah, music really is the great unifier. And as a man once, a lot wiser than me once, told both of us, music is medicine, right? And I think that's truly the case here. Mike, we'll finish up on this. Is there a dream collaboration you'd like to do with an artist today? And is there an artist you'd like to see do some Beach Boys covers? Well,
we do a song called Wild Honey, and I'd like let's see. Well, let me start with Earth, Wind, and Fire. They had number 10 was September, and we were number 1. But I would like to do Good Vibrations with them.
Ooh.
The guy that sings the high parts would be amazing, and Verdine White, who plays the bass, is incredible. So the Beach Boys and Earth, Wind, and Fire would be an amazing collaboration. I think it'd be a great tour as well.
Ooh.
So,
Wow, put it out in the universe.
Yeah.
what's that?
I said put it out in the universe. Why not?
I would love to, and I hope to be able to do that this year. But also, there's a song called Wild Honey that we did in 1968. We did an album called Wild Honey, and it's a great song, very upbeat, powerful lead done by my cousin Carl Wilson. But I'd love to hear Bruno Mars sing it, and he'd be amazing in it.
Ooh.
I feel like with AI, we could make that happen. Without Bruno's approval, we could just do it.
Yeah, well, so there's some nice collaborations that I think would be fun to do, that's for sure.
Mike, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. It sounds like you have a lot going on this year. The Beach Boys are going to be in Mississauga this Thursday at Paramount Fine Food Center. Make sure you get your tickets. The show is at 7:30, and you have so many fans here in Canada. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, Gurdeep. And anyway, and I must say Jay Gurudev, because that's Maharishi taught me meditation, and he invited me to go to India, and it was the most fascinating time of my life.
Oh, I love that. Love hearing that.
Mike, that was wonderful. Thank you so much. That was really, really well done.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I was looking forward to it, and thank you very much.
Have a fantastic show on Thursday, and we hope you enjoy our fine city despite the crazy weather that's on the way for tomorrow. Be careful. Lots of rain and freezing rain tomorrow.
Tomorrow's going to be bad.
Tomorrow's going to be bad.
It's beautiful today, so
yeah.
I'm thankful for that.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.